Hello, resilient Scorpio. Some transformations never arrive with dramatic announcements. They begin as a quiet feeling beneath the surface, a sense that something within you is ready to become more honest, more grounded, and more aligned with the person you are growing into. If you've been searching for clarity, you may find that the answers are not appearing from the outside at all. They have been taking shape within you, waiting for the right moment to be recognized. You may notice yourself becoming less attached to routines or expectations that once felt comforting. What used to feel familiar may now seem too small for the direction your spirit wants to explore. A meaningful conversation, an unexpected encounter, or a subtle shift in perspective could gently change the way you see a relationship or an opportunity. Rather than resisting uncertainty, consider that this period may be inviting you to trust what is unfolding, even if every step is not yet visible. The symbolism surrounding you suggests that new beginnings are less about escaping your past and more about releasing what no longer reflects who you have become. An unfinished idea, an abandoned goal, or a dream you quietly set aside could begin calling for your attention again. Return to it with patience instead of pressure. Lasting progress rarely arrives all at once, but each thoughtful decision lays another stone in a foundation that will support you far beyond this moment. There is also wisdom in balancing vision with practical action. Inspiration becomes far more powerful when it is matched by consistency, and your efforts are more likely to bear fruit when they are rooted in purpose rather than impulse. Spend a little time listening to your inner voice before reacting to outside noise. The lessons you gathered through past experiences are becoming part of your strength, offering guidance that is quieter than fear but far more dependable. Even when life feels uncertain, remember that your perspective has the power to reshape your path. Challenges do not erase your potential, they often reveal it. As you continue moving forward, allow both moments of ease and moments of discomfort to teach you something valuable about yourself. Growth often begins where certainty ends, and what is changing within you now may eventually transform the way every other part of your life unfolds. As with any intuitive reading, take only what genuinely resonates with your own experience and allow the rest to pass without concern. Every person's journey unfolds differently, and your intuition remains your most reliable guide. You are the one making your choices, building your future one decision at a time. In the moments ahead, we'll explore the energies surrounding your relationships, finances, health, and family, beginning with a few symbolic insights that may accompany this chapter of your journey. The symbolic numbers accompanying this reading are 53 and 7. Rather than viewing them as guarantees, you may simply notice whether they appear in meaningful ways throughout your day, reminding you to remain attentive to both steady progress and inner wisdom. A rich, deep burgundy may also feel especially supportive during this period, reflecting emotional resilience, quiet confidence, and the strength that often grows beneath the surface before it becomes visible. Your goals deserve more than good intentions. They require deliberate action. As you move forward, you may encounter people whose priorities or perspectives differ from your own, and adapting without losing your sense of direction will become an important skill. Be mindful of emotional reactions, especially with those closest to you. If tension arises, patience and honest communication will often repair more than pride ever could. Practical matters also deserve your attention now, particularly financial responsibilities. Small, responsible choices made consistently have a way of creating lasting stability, and honoring your commitments today helps strengthen the future you are quietly building. If someone once placed their trust in you by offering support during a difficult season, this may be an important time to honor that trust in whatever way you realistically can. Even small, consistent steps toward fulfilling your responsibilities carry meaning. Acts of integrity often create a quiet sense of peace within us long before they change our outer circumstances. Rather than thinking of karma as a reward or punishment, you might simply see it as the lasting ripple created by every choice made with honesty and intention. There is a feeling that an important inner transition is nearing completion. What once seemed divided within you is beginning to settle into greater harmony, and that quiet shift can create space for unexpected moments of joy. You have carried yourself through challenges with more resilience than you sometimes give yourself credit for. Continue trusting the instincts that have guided you this far, because they are becoming clearer as all doubts gradually lose their influence. Something your heart has been quietly hoping for may begin moving closer, though it may ask one final act of release before it fully arrives. Old disappointments, lingering fears, or emotional attachments that once served a purpose could now be asking to be acknowledged and gently laid to rest. Letting go does not erase your story. It simply creates room for the next chapter to unfold with greater freedom. Renewal often begins in the space that remains after we stop holding on to what no longer belongs to us. The energies surrounding you now seem to encourage a different kind of strength. Rather than proving yourself through control, you may discover that true confidence grows through emotional honesty and quiet self-awareness. Scorpio naturally senses what lies beneath the surface, and this period invites you to trust that gift without allowing old defenses to close your heart. There is wisdom in observing before reacting, and there is power in choosing openness when it genuinely feels safe. Within the tarot, the Lovers speaks about far more than romance alone. It often reflects a meaningful choice between remaining protected by familiar patterns or allowing yourself to build a deeper connection rooted in trust. If someone enters your life or perhaps returns carrying a different level of maturity, you may recognize a connection that encourages both people to grow beyond who they once were. Whether this relationship is entirely new or rekindled after time apart, its greatest purpose may be helping you discover that vulnerability and strength can exist together. This connection is unlikely to be sustained by attraction alone. Instead, it has the potential to develop through mutual respect, emotional honesty, and the willingness to understand one another beneath the surface. As you become more comfortable releasing old fears, you may find yourself creating space for a relationship that feels less driven by uncertainty and more grounded in authenticity. Sometimes the most meaningful bonds are not the ones that arrive dramatically, but the ones that quietly reshape the way you experience trust. The appearance of the King of Pentacles introduces the influence of someone whose life has been shaped by discipline, responsibility, and long-term commitment. This person may have invested so much energy into building security that emotional expression gradually became secondary. Their steady nature could have created moments where they seemed distant or difficult to read, even if their intentions were sincere. Yet your presence has the potential to remind them that success becomes richer when it is shared with someone who inspires genuine emotional depth. Rather than being drawn to surface excitement, they may admire the quiet strength you carry and the way you continue evolving through life's deeper lessons. Your ability to remain resilient while staying emotionally perceptive encourages them to imagine a future where ambition and meaningful connections support one another instead of competing. Little by little, their priorities may begin shifting, revealing that fulfillment is measured not only by achievement, but also by the quality of the relationships we choose to nurture. The arrival of the Ace of Swords suggests that uncertainty is beginning to clear. Conversations that once felt hesitant or incomplete may become more direct, allowing truth to replace assumption and silence. Honest communication has the power to open doors that uncertainty could never unlock, inviting both clarity and meaningful progress as this chapter continues to unfold. For you, Scorpio, the Ace of Swords represents the quiet power of truth, finding its voice. Rather than encouraging quick reactions, this card invites you to speak from a place of clarity that has been shaped by experience. If someone has seemed emotionally distant or difficult to understand, they may now feel ready to express what has long remained unspoken. Their words could carry a level of honesty that changes your perspective, replacing uncertainty with genuine understanding. You may find that conversations become less about reading between the lines and more about meeting each other with openness. Scorpio often values sincerity over polished words, and this energy supports relationships where emotional walls begin to soften. Instead of protecting yourself through silence, you may recognize that real confidence sometimes appears in the willingness to communicate what truly matters. The clarity offered by this card encourages thoughtful decisions, allowing trust to grow where hesitation once held its place. The appearance of the star brings a gentler kind of renewal. It often arrives after periods of emotional release, reminding you that healing is not a dramatic event, but a gradual return to yourself. If recent experiences have tested your faith in people, in love, or even in your own path, this card suggests that hope is quietly rebuilding beneath the surface. Like a phoenix rising only after the fire has completed its work, you are discovering a deeper version of your own resilience. What once felt like loss no longer has to define the story you tell yourself. Instead, those experiences become part of the wisdom that now guides your choices with greater compassion and discernment. The dreams you have carried quietly, whether connected to relationships or personal ambitions, may begin feeling possible again, not because circumstances suddenly become perfect, but because you are approaching them with a steadier heart. The inspiration you offer others has a way of returning to you, often through unexpected encouragement and meaningful connections. As healing continues, you may notice yourself becoming more receptive to the kind of relationship that offers both emotional depth and lasting stability. The Ten of Cups reflects the possibility of creating a life where trust becomes the foundation rather than the reward. It speaks less about idealized romance and more about building a partnership where both people feel emotionally safe enough to grow together. Commitment, in this sense, becomes something that strengthens your freedom instead of limiting it. This card also points toward the quiet fulfillment found in shared routines, mutual respect, and a home that feels emotionally secure as well as physically comforting. If lovers asked you to choose between independence and closeness in the past, this energy suggests that a healthier balance may now be possible. Relationships built during this phase are more likely to grow through honesty, patience, and a shared willingness to keep choosing one another over time. The legacy being created is not only one of affection, but also of trust that continues to deepen with every season. When it comes to your well-being, patience may become one of your greatest allies. If you are returning to physical activity after time away, your body may need more understanding than expectation. It is perfectly natural to rebuild your strength gradually, even if you remember performing at a much higher level before. Listen carefully to what your body is asking for, allowing rest to become part of your progress rather than something that interrupts it. There may be moments of stiffness or fatigue as your body adapts, but those sensations do not necessarily mean you are moving backward. They can simply be reminders that lasting strength develops through consistency instead of urgency. Give yourself permission to move at a pace that supports healing, knowing that steady effort often accomplishes more than pushing beyond your limits. In your professional life, you may be entering a period of adjustment that requires flexibility and quiet determination. Whether the challenge comes from a new environment, changing responsibilities, or unfamiliar personalities, your greatest advantage will be your ability to remain focused on the quality of your work. External distractions do not have to define your experience if you continue investing your energy where it truly matters. Your dedication is likely to become more visible over time, creating opportunities that feel better aligned with your strengths and long-term goals. If you already feel fulfilled in your current position, this is an excellent period to refine your skills rather than becoming complacent. If you are searching for employment, remember that every opportunity has its own process. Some tasks may seem ordinary or even unnecessary during interviews or trial periods, yet approaching them with professionalism and humility demonstrates qualities that often leave a stronger impression than talent alone. If you're preparing for interviews or pursuing a new opportunity, try not to let anxiety convince you that every moment defines your future. Each conversation is simply one step along a much longer path, and every experience teaches you something that can strengthen your confidence moving forward. Show up prepared, remain genuine, and allow your quiet determination to speak for itself. The career you are building is shaped by many choices over time, not by a single outcome. Your relationship with money also appears to be entering a period of thoughtful change. Rather than depending on fortunate timing, you may find yourself becoming more intentional about how you build security and where you invest your energy. Scorpio often prefers depth over quick rewards, and this phase encourages exactly that kind of approach. Lasting prosperity is more likely to grow from steady decisions than from chasing every opportunity that appears. You may also begin noticing how the people around you influence your financial perspective. Someone whose discipline or experience you respect could inspire a practical idea, a meaningful collaboration, or a new way of approaching long-term goals. Instead of rushing toward immediate results, you're being encouraged to recognize opportunities that combine stability with genuine purpose. Sometimes the most valuable path is the one that quietly grows stronger with every consistent step. As old fears surrounding scarcity begin to lose their hold, a healthier relationship with abundance can gradually emerge. This doesn't necessarily mean dramatic changes overnight, but it may reflect growing confidence in your ability to create lasting security through patience and wise choices. Priorities naturally become clearer when they are aligned with your deeper values, allowing ambition and personal fulfillment to support each other instead of competing. What once felt uncertain may slowly become the foundation for something far more sustainable. This period also encourages you to trust your instincts when forming professional relationships. Honest communication and dependable actions have the potential to attract people who appreciate your integrity and share your long-term vision. The lessons learned through past financial disappointments need not define your future. Like a phoenix rising from what has already been transformed, you may discover that resilience becomes one of your greatest assets as you continue building a life rooted in both purpose and stability. In matters of the heart, there may be a quiet awareness that something within an important relationship deserves more attention than it has recently received. Love may still be present, yet misunderstandings, emotional distance, or lingering jealousy could be creating unnecessary strain between you. Rather than seeing these moments as signs that everything is falling apart, consider them invitations to understand one another more honestly. Relationships often become stronger when both people are willing to face difficult conversations with compassion instead of defensiveness. If disagreements have become more frequent, this may be the right moment to slow down before allowing pride to take control. Scorpio naturally feels emotions deeply, and that depth can become a tremendous strength when expressed with openness instead of silence. If you recognize your own mistakes, taking responsibility does not diminish your power, it demonstrates it. Listen carefully to what the other person is trying to express, even if their words are difficult to hear. Sometimes the deepest healing begins when both people finally feel understood. If you are single, you may be questioning whether it is safe to reveal feelings you have carried quietly for some time. Protecting your heart has likely served an important purpose, yet there comes a point when fear can become a barrier rather than a shield. If your intuition suggests that someone has earned your trust, allowing yourself to take one sincere step forward may reveal possibilities you have not yet imagined. Whether the connection develops slowly or begins unexpectedly, what matters most is that it is built on authenticity rather than uncertainty. Family life also appears to be moving toward a gentler season of renewal. Old misunderstandings may gradually soften as people become more willing to listen with greater patience and empathy. Healing within a family rarely happens through one dramatic conversation. It is more often created through many small moments of understanding that slowly restore trust. Your steady presence can become an anchor that encourages others to lower their defenses as well. Whether you are strengthening the home you already have or redefining what home means to you emotionally, this is a meaningful period for creating deeper roots. Shared experiences, honest conversations, and mutual support have the potential to bring loved ones closer together while still honoring each person's individuality. Wisdom gained through past challenges can now become a gift that strengthens future generations rather than repeating old patterns. As one chapter quietly gives way to another, the bonds you continue nurturing today may become the lasting foundation upon which many future memories are built. You may notice that your energy feels a little quieter than usual during this phase, and that is not necessarily something to resist. Not every season is meant for constant movement or outward momentum. Sometimes life gently encourages you to slow down so you can hear the thoughts and emotions that become lost when everything is moving too quickly. The mind often grows restless when it is trying to solve questions that are not yet ready to be answered, searching for certainty where only patience can provide clarity. If you find yourself replaying situations that belong to a distant future, gently bring your attention back to what can be cared for today. Peace often returns when we stop asking ourselves to resolve tomorrow before it arrives, and instead place our energy into the choices that are already within our reach. If your nights have felt unsettled or your thoughts have been making it difficult to fully rest, know that this may simply reflect everything your inner world has been processing beneath the surface. Scorpio tends to carry emotions deeply, sometimes long after the moment itself has passed, and your body often responds to what your heart has not yet completely released. An unexpected adjustment to your routine, a meaningful conversation, or even a small shift in perspective could quietly restore the sense of calm you've been searching for. As your mind grows quieter, your body is more likely to follow, allowing your natural resilience to return. Give yourself permission to receive the rest you genuinely need, rather than feeling that you always have to keep pushing forward. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is create enough stillness for your energy to renew itself naturally. One area that deserves particular attention is the way you respond to the concerns of someone close to you. What seems like a small issue from your perspective may carry deep emotional significance for another person, shaped by experiences you may not fully understand yet. Scorpio often perceives more than most people realize, yet even you can occasionally overlook feelings that have been quietly waiting to be acknowledged because your attention has been focused elsewhere. Listening without immediately defending your own point of view may reveal insights that strengthen both understanding and trust. A conversation that begins with patience instead of assumptions can soften tensions before they have the opportunity to grow into lasting misunderstandings. Remaining open to different perspectives does not require you to abandon your own convictions or compromise what you know to be true. Instead, it invites you to expand your understanding by recognizing that every person carries a story you cannot fully see from the outside. The conversations unfolding around you may contain unexpected wisdom if you allow yourself to observe before reaching conclusions. Even a passing remark or an honest opinion from someone you trust could illuminate a situation in a way you had not previously considered. Sometimes the answers you have been seeking arrive through another person's story, rather than your own, quietly reminding you that growth often happens through connection as much as reflection. If you are focused on your studies or developing new skills, this is an encouraging period to remain disciplined and intentional. Progress is more likely to come through consistency than bursts of motivation, and surrounding yourself with people who share your commitment can help you stay aligned with your goals. The environment you choose can quietly shape your mindset, making it easier to remain focused when distractions begin competing for your attention. When those distractions appear, gently return your attention to the work that truly matters without becoming discouraged by temporary setbacks. Every focused effort is another investment in the future you are quietly creating, and even the smallest improvements made consistently have the power to produce meaningful results over time. In your interactions with others, you may notice particularly harmonious connections with Libra, Cancer, and Leo. Rather than seeing these as guarantees, consider them symbolic invitations to explore different qualities within your relationships. Libra may encourage greater balance, fairness, and understanding, reminding you that harmony often grows through thoughtful communication. Cancer may gently reconnect you with emotional closeness, compassion, and the comfort of feeling genuinely understood. Leo may inspire confidence, warmth, generosity, and creative collaboration, encouraging you to express yourself more openly without losing your authenticity. Whether these connections appear through friendship, family, work, or love, they each have the potential to reflect something meaningful back to you, revealing strengths or lessons that support your own personal evolution. Thank you for sharing this moment with me and allowing these reflections to become part of your journey. Remember, this reading is not here to decide your future or replace your own judgment. Its purpose is simply to offer a space for deeper clarity, thoughtful reflection, and a renewed connection with your intuition. Every insight is meant to be an invitation rather than a certainty, encouraging you to explore your own inner wisdom with honesty and curiosity. Keep what genuinely resonates with your experience and allow everything else to drift away without concern, trusting that your own heart will always recognize what truly belongs on your path. If this reading has brought you insight or encouragement, I'd truly appreciate your support by leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. Your support allows these readings to continue reaching others who may also be searching for clarity, hope, and a deeper understanding of their own journey. Every message shared here is created with care, and your encouragement makes it possible to continue exploring these symbolic insights together. Thank you for your trust, your time, and your open heart. Wishing you peace, meaningful connections, renewed inner strength, and the quiet confidence to keep moving toward the life you are becoming, one thoughtful step at a time.